Hey, did somebody call Dr. Harris because there's been a rebirth? And I am here to check up on all the new babies that are coming through all the DC fans out there. This is a very special, extra bonus edition of Comics Should Smell Good from here in Zanadu Comics in Seattle. And they have recruited me, Will, because I have such excitement for this exciting rebirth. Let's all begin with Rebirth. Wonder Woman. Greg Rucka has returned to DC. He's back on Wonder Woman. Ton of artists on this kind of one shot that kind of resets, including Liam Sharp, who's going to be one of the upcoming artists as the series becomes an ongoing. Diana starts to question who she is and everything that's gone on before. She kind of wants to reclaim her place in the world as its protector, and is she the god of war? What is she to the Amazons? And so this is a kind of questioning everything in the past, and this is going to spin off into two different storylines. One called The Lies with Liam Sharp, and the other one's going to be with Nicholas Scott, who's going to be working on kind of a year one origin kind of Wonder Woman. So very exciting. Diana's back. She's kind of back to more of an original costume. Definitely mythological and really, really cool. My other book, it's not necessarily called Rebirth, but Detective Comics, the book that launched Batman, is going back to its original numbering, and James Tynion and Eddie Barrows, who worked on a lot of the DC New 52 books, are teaming up together. What's cool about this is it's Batman, it's Batwoman teaming up together, and this is Batman Boot Camp. Bruce Wayne uncovers there's kind of this conspiracy against all the vigilantes of Gotham City, so he has kind of asked Kate Kane to join him in setting up this Batman Boot Camp, which is going to have Stephanie Brown, it's going to have Tim Drake, it's going to have Cassandra Cain in her new role as Orphan, and then Clayface. Can you really trust this Batman rogue? And so they're going to be working as a team and training these next generation of vigilante heroes. There's a big conspiracy which they kind of lay off just how big it is in the very issue. So I'm really excited about this. All the Batman books are really good, but I'm really excited about this whole idea of a Batman boot camp team here. Another book that is going to its original numbering is Action Comics. This is the book, of course, that launched The Man of Steel. And so if you've been following us, you're just jumping in. The New 52 Superman died. Big sacrifice. Died a great hero. And Lex Luthor, because of everything that happened with Justice League Darkseid War, he's kind of got powers, and he's stepped up and he's claimed to be the Superman of Metropolis. Well, thanks to Convergence, the original Superman who fought Darkseid, who married Lois Lane, he is back, and he has come to say, what's going on, Lex Luthor? There can only be one Superman. And of course he's got Lois Lane and his super son. And Dan Jurgens, the legendary Superman writer, is back on this. He's with artist Patrick Zurcher, kind of setting this up, and it's called The Path to Doom. What could that mean? A classic revived supervillain? Maybe the guy in green there. So there you go there. And The Flash, Rebirth. Joshua Williamson, Carmine, I hope I get this right. Gian Domenico, pardon me if I didn't. I guess that translated to Amazing Artist. You may know from X Factor and a couple other things. But so this really sets up, because as you know, the Flashes were a big part of the DC Universe Rebirth issue. Thanks to Barry Allen, Wally West, the former Kid Flash and former Flash, is back. He's been pulled out of the Speed Force and sets things going. So it picks up with a lot of the energy between the two Flashes, and it's also setting up the big mystery with new rogues, the idea of multiple Flashes throughout the city. So very exciting. I really thought the art was really kind of cool and kind of iconic, and fits the whole idea of the kinetic energy that is the Flash. And finally this week in Rebirth, Aquaman. This looks nothing like Jason Momoa, but you know, hey, Dan Abnett is now a DC exclusive writer, and this sets things up. Another thing to happen in Rebirth is Arthur Curry proposed to Mira, but it's much more than just romance. There's actually a nice little day scene in here, but there's sea monsters, there's civil war and strife in Atlantis, and Aquaman is rethinking his place in the world in global politics and where Atlantis should fit on the global stage. Oh, and there's Black Manta. There's definitely some things happening with him in the New 52. He's back to being just stone cold evil and out for revenge, and it sets that up. So Aquaman Rebirth. And those are our picks for the week. Plus we have a whole bunch of all the other Rebirth books are here. The DC Universe Rebirth, the Batman Rebirth is here, Green Lantern Rebirth, and of course the Green Arrow Rebirth that's set here in Seattle, and kind of actually takes some things kind of ripped from the headlines, if you will, of actually what's going on in Seattle. So that's here. So come on in, lots of Rebirth books, and plus there's another video with all of our other new picks of the week. Thanks for checking us out.